guys know what you're going to do for dinner? Because I am quite hungry right now because I skipped lunch like a dummy.
I do actually. I was gonna have I was gonna eat an avocado because I'm channeling my inner millennial. I made avocado toast yesterday, and I felt like horrible making it. Like I was like betraying something inside of me. It's really good.
I never made it, but for me, is it just spreading avocado on toast and seasoning it? Is this all it is?
So I had leftover pico the other day, so I made chicken.
Yeah, because you made breakfast tacos.
So I baked some chicken with some cheese and pico and taco seasoning. So I took the rest of the stuff from that meal and I put like some mayonnaise, red onions, and walnuts on some toast, and I spread out some avocado with garlic, salt, and lime juice.
See, it sounds good.
Really good, yeah. And I understand where they're coming from now. I know I'm not like at the millennial age, but you know, I get it. I get it. So I bought a pack of avocados. I've got to use the rest of them.
That's not bad.
So.
Hello, and welcome to Missing the Wagon, a pop culture review podcast. I'm your host, Samuel, and I'm here today with Mary.
Hi.
And Zach here with us today.
Hi.
It's okay, so I'll have to edit that out. That's on me, man. So you guys doing all right today?
Yeah,
Very
doing
good.
fine.
Ooh, now, when I was watching Grease last night, this movie made me upset a little because the most popular songs are the beginning and ending, and I'm like, man, there's 2 hours of movie to not have lots of songs that are super memorable to me, and I was like, that's not great. That's not the best thing to do.
Most of them seemed like solos that I didn't quite want for there to be. And I remember thinking that there were good ones in between, like, as I was listening to them. But, of course, not a single one of them stand out to me now. Not a single one.
Excuse me. The worst part is, like, watching the movie less than 24 hours ago, I could tell you bits of the songs, but I can't tell you parts that I can't quote them to you. None of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's always wild to think about. I'm like, man, this musical made so much money and is so popular, and I can't think of memorable parts of the middle part of a musical that should be like the rising action to a movie.
But people had 50 years to listen to these songs.
Yes.
What kind of...
But also, like, the intro, the only music part we got was just the intro, and then afterwards, like, 14, 15 minutes, they did their first musical song?
In a musical, there was 14 and a half minutes of no music except for the cartoon interlude in the beginning. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm not upset, but why did this musical keep me waiting for music for 15 minutes? Like, why are we doing a weird tantric edging of music for a musical? That's so strange to me.
I bet whoever watched this was like, oh yeah, this is good. Start singing. Well, damn.
No, I forgot, up until a certain point that it was a musical, and I turn around and start singing. I'm like, ah.
Because, like, it starts off, it's just kids being kids, and then it's like kids being like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It starts off, and it's a romance novel.
I actually got confused in the beginning where it starts off with Sandy and Danny, and I'm like, oh, they're already together.
Yeah.
And then it transitions to just the school scene, and I'm like, wait, what? I thought the movie was starting off like how it ended, but
yeah, it starts off like a romance novel, and then it's like, oh, here's a musical interlude, but it's all in cartoon, so you're like, your brain could be like, oh, it's just for the intro, and then for the next 10 to 13 minutes, there's nothing, and it's like, man, this is...
I thought we got the wrong movie at one point.
I genuinely thought, I was like, did I saw it? Because, think about it, the majority of people who took this home watched it on VHS.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And one of my first thoughts was, oh shit, I gotta rewind this.
Right?
I was like, I'm in the last 10 minutes of the movie. I need to like get back to the beginning.
But we'll do our first segment today, news from January 1978. Now, there was lots of stuff that happened at January of this year, and all of it to me makes me laugh. But the things that, like, the funniest thing is, like, the Sex Pistols started their final tour on January 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. And they, do you know the Sex Pistols?
Not at all.
Okay, great.
What songs do they sing?
I could not tell you because I haven't listened to them in years.
Okay.
I'm big into rock and roll, but I haven't listened to old school rock in a good minute. I just haven't. Like, I think the oldest thing I listened to recently was a week ago. I listened to Bohemian Rhapsody, which is you gotta listen to it.
Yeah.
But I haven't listened to Sex Pistols for a good minute because I love the British rock scene, but I just haven't. Like, I think the last thing I listened to that was British rock was the Kooks, technically. Which you don't know who the Kooks are, huh?
I don't know any of them. No.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm very good at remembering band names.
Yeah.
And very good at remembering songs.
Mm-hmm.
But not what the songs are called. And not who sang them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no band song correlation at all.
I think the way how it was described to me, how one of my friends described it, was like, oh, so you know the one-time singles. You don't know who they are, but you know they're one-time.
Right.
Like, was it one-time singles? Is that what I called it?
Well, one-hit wonders,
Okay.
but the singles from our album are typically the songs that are promoted by the studio, and like they're the
radio hits.
Yeah, and they're the ones they make videos of. Like, I think there was this is not helpful because this isn't lead to the next thing for the news, but there was an artist at one time, like in the early 2000s, where they made a video for every single song on the album.
Wow.
So it was every one was a single. So not for Oscars, for Grammys, you can win for best single, whatever. And if you make every single song of yours a single, it means every single one could be up for contention. Then on January 8th, Harvey Milk was the first openly gay person elected to public office in California. So that was cool. And I didn't know that in 78 people were just cool with someone being openly gay in politics, because people are weird about it now even.
Yeah, depends on how the election went. I'd be very interested to see if he just ran unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
That's very very odd for that time.
I'm surprised too.
Then on the 17th of January, the Sex Pistols, on their final tour, they break up as a band. I think the manager and one of the people in the band had a fight. So the Sex Pistols we're going to have a farewell tour. But then instead of finishing out the entire tour, they had a fight, and during one of their...
Kind of reminds me of those parents that don't want to make their divorce public.
Yeah.
So they just keep it really down low, and then all of a sudden you sit down your children, you're like, hey, your mom and I are deciding to split up. Like, what?
Yeah, because I don't know the name of the band, but it's there's a band that was two brothers, and the brothers don't like each other, and they broke up. And then I think in 2021, 2022, they got back together.
Is that a brothers band?
No. I think their names are Gallagher or something like that, but I forget the name of the band of who it was. But that would be hilarious because, I don't know how famous the Naked Brothers band is. I know they had a Nickelodeon show, right?
That's all I know about
Yeah.
them.
But for me, I don't know any of their music. They did not advertise towards me.
They could all be Nickelodeon songs.
Right?
That would be it.
It's like how I watched the show Big Time Rush, but for me, as a kid, I thought that show was just a fake band for TV, and then I look it up, and they have contracts currently with record labels, and I was like, oh, they are real. Okay, I thought this was a TV band.
Good for you.
And then on the January 30th of 78, Larry King show started airing on the radio in Miami, Florida. And for me, I didn't know Larry King started on radio. It makes perfect sense for his interview style. But I was like, man, the man just started, he started and he's like, hey, I'm going to keep doing it. He did the rest of his life. Interviewed some prolific people.
It was smart for him to start on TV and not stop on radio.
Right.
I believe there was a 9-year overlay where he was doing both.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because, obviously, TV was around well before then, but, stopping one enterprise and going into another, very risky, maybe.
Yeah, because for me, I always forget. Like even nowadays, there are lots of celebrities that I forget have radio shows, and I'm just like, bro, I forget that like even if I don't think about it or if I don't listen to the radio, that like people listen to it on their morning drive or like during like all the time, and then oh hey, I get up in the morning, I get on the radio, then at night I could do my TV show and do this and that. I'm like, it's so much you can do, and I always forget that people do it all the time,
especially in a time where you could not have TV in your car or maybe didn't listen to the radio at home.
Yeah.
They were more exclusive than they were.
Yeah, most definitely. And then
I don't know much about this. All I know is that I saw short clips of him interviewing people, and that's about it. So that's where my knowledge
just this
ends.
old white man with suspenders saying stuff.
Well, he looked like I mean, not saying anything bad or not flirtatious, but he was a cute old man. That's just all I can say. He's just a cute old little man.
I can't argue
with his big glasses.
I can agree with the big glasses. I don't know. Maybe it's the authority figure thing. Because he does seem like an authoritative thing. I wouldn't say cute.
I thought he was.
I mean,
cute
not
looking.
from the picture I pulled up.
No, like you should pull up. Well, I guess
When he was younger.
When he was younger,
Yeah.
he was a cute man.
I don't know if Larry King's married, but that's not important right now.
Is he still alive?
Larry King is not still alive.
He's alive in spirit.
Yeah, man. Then our next segment will be cancelable, where we will talk about things that maybe were okay back in '78, but aren't seen as okay now in 2026. And for me, first off, why did no teacher stop these kids from smoking except for one?
There was so much underage smoking.
And drinking. Well, no, they snuck that part out.
Yeah, they snuck the drinking.
Yeah.
But with the smoking, like, if I would have had cigarettes in school, the teacher would have been like, give me the one you're smoking and let me see your bag. I need to get the cigarettes out of your bag. But for them, it was just like, even the coach towards the middle of the movie was like, you got to cut back to 2 packs a day. And I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. The kids are smoking in school. Like, that's not, like, okay, they're
You would
not
expect
working.
them to maybe be a little more strict as far as like, even as far as like the athletics are concerned. Maybe they would be like, hey, you need to stop doing this to continue. But no, like 2 packs a day is still wild.
Right?
Oh, there's 12. What, about 12 cigarettes in the pack?
Couldn't tell you. I don't
think
smoke.
it's 10.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think it's 10.
They're death sticks. I don't use. But yeah, I don't know how many are in a normal pack, a normal carton of cigarettes. But it's just like, it's kind of wild that people are looking at people who are supposed to be 17 and 18, and they're like, you're in school smoking, just don't do that in school. Like, cut that down. And I'm like, what?
So there are 20 cigarettes in a typical pack, in the average
Yeah,
pack.
that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So brother said you need to smoke
40.
40
Yeah, instead of the 60 or 80
minimum.
you have. Yeah.
40 maximum.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And you can still come out here and play football.
Yeah, you
But
won't,
to
you
be
won't
fair,
be breathing
though,
your lungs out.
to be fair though, him smoking the cigarettes was not the problem when it came to literally any of those sports.
That's very true. When we get into the
He just
synopsis, when we get into the synopsis, that's very true. That was never the problem.
Not a single one.
But yeah, one of the things, that's one of the things that I'm just like, man, that's just no good. But then like the other thing was the bullying that happened in this movie would get these bullies bullied in today's time.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, one, if I saw a group, this group of bullies was I said this to myself, I did not say this to Miri when we were watching it. These kids are so quote unquote cool that they got themselves personalized jackets that no one else has.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad these kids will get bullied in real life school if they came together in their cool personalized look? It says T-Birds on it. Hey, idiot, who cares?
What?
It's a leather jacket. It's the middle of summer. Take that off.
You seen those videos that come out every once in a while on like Twitter or they start circulating around.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of kids walking across like a school yard.
Yeah.
Then they all get jumped for seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
Because of something that was apparently super important to them. Yeah, they would absolutely be the ones getting jumped, even though I'm sure they would like to think otherwise.
The way how they just have like their whole matching like shirts or jackets or whatever, it just kind of gave me like, is it frat kids?
Well, yeah,
vibes?
fraternity, yeah. Because for me, when I saw them, I was like, this is a theater kid's idea of what being cool and tough is.
Yeah.
And technically, John Travolta's an actor, so he's a theater kid. But I'm like, this is what a theater kid thinks being cool and tough is, and it's hilarious to see. But yeah, they do a classic bullies push where someone gets behind somebody and knocks someone down. They knock someone's
Very
book
over
out.
the top.
Yeah, they knock someone's book out of their hands.
Yeah.
Eugene, like once again, Eugene is a nerd and that's fine. But I'm like, Eugene's suit isn't bad. Like I don't own a tailored suit, but Eugene's suit, like he has a tailored suit. He looks nice.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, everybody in today's school times would bully these dumb kids who are like, hey, I'm gonna not go to class. I'm going to wear the same clothes as my friends. We're gonna just be mean to everybody. I'm like, bro, everyone in school would be like, we hate those kids and they're idiots. They don't even come to school class. Like what do they know? Nothing.
No, they'd have some respect for Eugene.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Eugene was just
The,
trying to
the
survive,
unsung
man.
hero of the movie.
and another thing that is fully different is maybe it's just the people I hung out with or whatever, but when the girls made fun of Sandy for not liking piercings and wanting to drink or whatever, I'm just like, let's just
peer pressure.
Oh, dude, it boggles my mind because I know people in like middle school and high school that if I was like, nah, I don't want to try that thing, they're like, okay, cool, whatever, and they moved on about their business.
Where is the peer pressure we were told exists? I mean, it's an issue. It's an issue at points, but like,
Yeah.
I've personally never had somebody come up to me like, "You're not cool unless you do this with us."
Yeah, right. In real life, I've felt peer pressure roughly 5 times, and I remember every instance because all that happened was me doubling down and being like, "Nah, I'm good." But like when you think about dare or even peer pressure in this movie, because at the end, technically, Sandy succumbs to peer pressure. But like in this,
She doesn't end up drinking. She doesn't end up coughing.
yeah, but for the stuff, I'm just like, bro, like. This isn't, like, once again, it's a theater's kid's idea of what being cool is. Because I'm just like, no one in high school or middle school tried to force me to do this stuff.
Smoke this cigarette, we're not going to be friends.
Yeah, right. Like that never happened. But for some reason in this movie, it happens all the time. And I'm like, bro, you know how many friends of mine would laugh in your face? If you're like, if you don't smoke, we're not going to hang around. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not hanging out. What
So
happens
was
now?
being really cool back in the day a bigger deal than it is now, or is it still equivalent?
I think
now?
being cool is a big deal, but I think what cool is like it's like the reason I started the podcast because pop culture used to be monoculture and used to be one thing that everyone was into, and since there's so much stratification and like differences of culture now, like cool is so like there's probably somebody out here who thinks cool is, oh, I play sports and I do fantasy football on the weekends. But then there's another person who's like, oh, hey, I play Forza and I work on my car with my friends. And like once again, those are both things people like and can be cool. But like there's somebody who'd be like, that's not cool at all. It's like,
Yeah.
So I think cool is still kind of important to people. I don't think it's as big a deal or it's easy to nail down as it used to be.
Makes sense.
And then and for my fourth point on this segment, what when they went to make out point,
Yes.
I hated, and this is just me personally, I find it the most strange. I understand the small town. I understand we're all kids trying to break the rules because we want to be cool or whatever. I don't know how I feel just hearing a bunch of other people smacking lips.
All at the same, like they didn't even park
Yeah.
far away from
They were
each other.
right.
It was like it was a parking lot.
Yeah. The camera shot was like
With
we're
open
2 feet apart.
windows,
Yeah.
Open windows, convertibles. Everybody's like popping up, looking around.
Yeah.
Like, could not do it.
Was that really a thing back then?
It might be in certain small towns still today, but like I know in television, because once again I've never had this experience, but in television there's always like a lookout point or a makeout point where teens are like, we're cool, so after school, the nerds, the idiots I see at school all day, let me drive to a place I know they're going to be,
Yeah.
so a girl that I like and I can sit in a car and kiss and maybe get to second or third base or whatever, and I'm just like, that's such a weird, but like I don't know if that's real. I hope it's not real. I really hope it's not, but I feel that because life imitates art, imitates life. I feel like someone saw this in a movie enough of time, so then they started doing it in their own real town. So now there are places where people are like, yeah, we as teens congregate to have our hormones go wild all the time. And it's so crazy to think about because I'm just like, bro, if I'm kissing a girl or whatever, or like trying to be romantic, I wouldn't want to hear in the background, As I'm trying to talk to a girl and try to...
buddies all in right next to me, all doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, because like...
We did have a place like that in the town that I grew up in. Of course, it was not as dramatized as it is in like the movies, of course, but like you could go there at any given point, and there would be, of course, it was a lake, big old lake surrounded by woods, only one entrance in, no cell service, at all. So you at any point could go there, and there are 5 cars staggered in the parking lot, either shaking with windows or like blankets up on the windows.
Oh my lord!
All the time.
Okay, so
go ahead.
I'm not sure because we went to the same high school. I'm not sure if you saw this happen too, but when I was in my senior year in high school, we had like this one hallway which was very deserted. People rarely went up there. There was a few times I saw a few of my fellow schoolmates just getting down and dirty there. So that was the only place. So eventually, sometimes, if you needed to go to get your class quicker, you would sometimes see some people playing nice and dirty there.
Okay. For people who don't know, because I memorize lots of things, which is why I want to do a podcast. It was hallway upstairs and downstairs was for freshmen, and the classes were for all freshmen, so they can get used to and acclimated to it, which is very strange because lots of our middle schools here started having us switch classes so we can get used to high school. But in high school, for freshmen, they're like, oh, hey, we don't want freshmen trying to run.
Your classes are all across the building, bro. In middle school, they were just across the hall.
Well, no, for freshmen at the school we went to, except for gym, everything was on hallway upstairs and downstairs, be it math, be it everything was in the same place, unless you had electives like for guitar or piano.
Or AP.
But everything was in the same hallway. So the hallway where that was, and I know this for a fact because I used to go to school early on purpose because I loved going to school and not having to deal with people standing in the way, whatever. It was C hallway because D hallway had most of the science teachers, and C hallway downstairs at the very end of the hallway had special ed classes, and special ed classes used to go on trips a lot. So the C hallway, at the end of C hallway, there's lots of upstairs. There's lots of like literature and science teachers. But like at the very end, it was a lot. At the very end upstairs, it was just like empty, and at the very end downstairs, it was special ed classes, which were typically empty. So that was the hallway.
It's scary how like similar. Similar and different everyone's experiences, because we had a big congregation like in the middle of the school, and then 2 different hallways, the 100 and 200 hall, split off, and they went all the way down and connected at various points.
And it passed by the cafeteria.
Exactly. But then the other way around was the 300 hall, and the 300 hall had all like the business classes that weren't being taken as much. It had like the daycare, and at the very end was the weightlifting room, special ed class, and the like 2 bathrooms all the way at the very end that nobody went into because the weight room had bathrooms inside the locker room. And most of the time, the special ed class came in late. So for like the first half of the day, there was nobody back there because who takes weightlifting at 7 a.m.?
Right? Yeah.
Somebody who likes to.
Right.
Maybe
hallway,
athletes. Yeah.
That whole hallway was empty 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And because the daycare was on the other side of that hallway, and I had taken that class, I would go in, and there would always be like one person walking back and forth down the hallway. I'm like, I know you're not here for a class. You can't be here for a class. You're telling me you walk from the other side of the store to like, the other side of the school to like use the bathroom?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No.
The other thing was that also would like if you like one of the few times that I did go there, like I would know automatically when somebody's gonna make a U-turn and just risk the fact to be late because you just heard. So
what irritated me the most, and this is just me personally, I'm like, my man, I understand that we're teens and we got hormones and our bodies are changing, and like, also, this is going to be a side note that's not fun. I understand we all have different traumas and whatever. But my man, nothing about school turns me on. Nothing about school makes me want to do anything with another person.
We had campus supervisors roam those halls, so it makes me wonder: were y'all watching at some point?
No.
Because, like, why? Why? Like, you guys had to know that was going on.
That, and also sometimes because the kids got in so much trouble, it seems like some of the supervisors knew the kids. So they're like, hey, you get out of here, you scam.
That's the crazy
man.
part, bro.
I gotta ask you though, if you walked into that hallway and you had a place before, would you get in the middle of that?
Hell no.
Because I sure wouldn't get
If I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to be as real as possible. If I was an adult...
You just let them finish.
No.
If there's not a felony, there's not a felony going on, we're going to head the other direction.
Because this is me personally. If I was an adult and I caught children, because I don't care if you're 18, you're in children, I would have like a water bottle on my belt. Like they were, and I'll spray the kids. Yeah, man, I'll spray them. They would hate it. They would hate me. Like, yeah, this guy that sprays us back. Yeah.
Or just randomly blow that horn.
Just have an air horn for the kids. But I'll have a water bottle. Like I'll look around, I'm like, and then I come back around with my water bottle and spray him. It's like, hey, get out of here. And then when they try to be like,
go on,
when they say when they were back in class and like it wasn't me, I'm like, your bag is all wet. It seems like it seems like you're the one. Your bag is all wet over here.
Your clothes are wet too. You know?
So that happening in school irritated me. And then another cancelable thing. It might be the last thing before we get to the synopsis. Is okay. This is just me personally, because like I said, in high school, I wasn't a horned up teen. I know there are many horned up teens in my school, because that's how teenagers are sometimes, but it's like, everyone seemed to think about sex and whatever, but it became the strangest to me when a 30-year-old TV anchor started flirting with an 18-year-old girl in high school. Now, once again, I'm assuming she's 18 because they said they're seniors. She could be 17. She could be. But I'm just like, there's a 30-plus-year-old man. Like, we see him with the red face, like he was kissing her. We see him with the red lips. We see him on national TV. Because, like, we see the scene.
I also see him completely just staring at her boobies.
Which is double wild. But, like, we see the scene where the women at the diner are like, look, it's Danny. Look, it's my son. They're on TV. So I'm like, so we know people that are in the town are watching Rydell.
Everybody's tuned in.
Yeah, and we see him grab the back of her neck like she is a doll for him to use. And he stops. And I'm like, yo, my man, this is national television. This isn't delay cast. This is being broadcast live. So, like, there's no editing. It's just people, like, this girl's parents see her get, like, yanked up by a stranger.
Yeah.
And, like, he has to, like, catch him.
Not a stranger, a famous stranger.
Which is worse.
It's okay.
Oh, man.
It's a famous
right? Hey, sweetie, why'd that grown man jack you up on television today?
She probably got home and then her mom be like, so tell me, how was your time?
Oh, man. But that got me so bad because I was like, bro, like,
how far under the jail would he be?
You right? And I'm just like, and for me, I'm like, I understand in 78, maybe it was a playful, which makes me very sad to say. Yeah. It's a playful joke that this adult man wanted this underage girl. This maybe adult girl, because there might be somebody who listens to the podcast like, well, if she's 18, I'm like, yeah, it's still a creepy if he's 30. Like, I'm sorry, because the way I will see it in my brain is she was born when he was 12. So if he walked by a kindergarten playground at 17 and was like, look at that hot girl, I might kiss her one day, you would think he's a crazy person.
Now, the people that will turn around and look and say, the age of consent and where does the movie even take place?
Rydell. They never say the state Rydell's in.
Because for some reason I have Jersey in my mind. Yeah. And I know that's not right. But
no, because real greasers would beat up Danny and his friends. Yeah. So it's like they saw a movie of what greasers are, and they pretended like we're gonna be that. Yeah.
They turn around and go, oh, well, actually, the age of consent is 16. It was okay.
Right? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
There will be. That's the reason these movies exist.
It says Grease. The theme, like, for the movie, it was supposed to be Southern California.
I think that was mentioned.
It may have been.
I think it was.
All I remember is Rydell, and my brain, I look at the school, I'm like, this school looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Like it's a death school. Like these kids are going to get attacked, and we will never know because this school is like technically fake or whatever.
Honestly, kind of like them when they were on the beach and stuff. Right? Give me jaw vibes.
Oh yeah, they are on the beach, aren't they? Because I thought maybe they traveled for summer break because summer break was 3 months at one point. So I'm like, you got
Yeah.
3 months to enjoy your like maybe you and your family go on a vacation for a week or two, go to the beach.
That must have been like, I mean, I don't blame her parents for wanting to visit. That must have been a long flight trying to get from
Australia to California.
yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about this, how short would the timing be for her leaving the beach?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they were supposed to go back to
Australia.
but like all of a sudden, her family's like, "Hey, actually,
We're gonna stay.
we're just gonna stay here in a different country,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to assumably go back, pack everything up, and move here, and come to the exact same place we vacationed."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess there wasn't really anything involved in getting you enrolled in school. You just kind of showed up and said, "Hey, I'm going to come here." But I mean, still, like, say you give it a month at the most, if the vacation was in the beginning of
summer break. Yeah.
like, that's still kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And then
The whole thing could have worked without her being from Australia.
Yeah. Like I said, we get to the synopsis, which will be the next section. We're going to talk about Olivia Newton-John's random scenes of having an accent that came out of nowhere, and it's not an Australian accent. And I love how she kept it up for a little bit, stopped, and because like
my director must have been like, "Hey, it's not working."
Wait a minute. You were supposed to be doing something. I think you were. God, what were the director's notes again?
But yes, now we'll lead to the synopsis of Grease. I get this from the Grease fandom wiki, so thank you for that. But two, it is so hard to. This is not helpful for you all. This is real behind baseball, but it's so hard to find certain synopses for certain movies because sometimes the synopses are either extremely long and painstakingly in detail about every single aspect of the movie, or they are the shortest thing possible. And it's like a paragraph like, "Hey, it started and ended." I'm like, "Well, thank you. I'm glad." So if you are listening and you don't like the synopsis, don't worry. That means I took about a week and a half to find a synopsis, and it is the only one I could find that had some kind of something we could actually read. Okay. In the summer of 1958, local boy Danny Zuko and vacationing Sandy Olsen meet at the beach and fall in love. Now I'm going to pause here. This is just me. Honestly, I knew Danny's full name. I didn't know Sandy's last name.
Sandy Olsen.
Yeah, I did not know her last name was Olsen.
Yeah.
Like, if it was probably mentioned in the movie, I can look at my notes. I will promise you money, I did not put her last name down. It's like the guy who got Rizzo maybe pregnant. I did not know his last name. I did not know his name until they kept saying it. I think it's like McKinsey or something. But I did not have his name in my notes until like halfway through the ending of the movie.
I don't think I ever heard her last name. Did we?
Once again, my notes say no.
Because every time I hear Olsen, Elizabeth Olsen pops into my head, and I did have that mental note when I was watching. I was like, "Oh, hey, triggering in my brain. I remember that now. I know that now."
When the summer comes to an end, Sandy, who is going back to Australia, frets that they may never meet again. But Danny tells her that their love is only the beginning. Like the mummy, I guess. The film moves to the start of senior's term at Rydell High School. Danny, a greaser, is a member of the T-Birds, consisting of his best friend, Kaniki. I said his name wrong. Even said it, even with the thing right here. Duty, Sonny, and Putsy. Now, this intro frustrated me when I saw it, and I may have already said it, but why did these cool 18-year-olds, like, they came up to school, they made fun of a kid for working during the summer, which is why, where you want to have some structure in your life and money? Like, well, yeah, it's the 50s. I still need money to do things in the country I live in. And then they meet Danny, who's chatting up a girl, because that's his first thing we see him, chatting up a girl.
Only the beginning, guys.
And you're right. And then Sonny is just doing small hip thrusts as he calls out to Danny. And as I said when I was watching the movie, if my friend did this to me at 17 or 18, I'd be like, we gotta stop. You don't call my name like, yeah. I'm like, no. If it's high school, it's like 6 or 7 in the morning. I don't need you hip thrusting me this early. That's wild. What?
We're turning back around, starting over. Make better choices this time.
Because Danny did make a bad choice too, and like ball checks his friend, like a cool guy, and I'm like, why is the first thing you want to do in the morning is just grope your friends? as they hip thrust at you, as you talk to hey, don't worry, Sandy, I really love you. School starts and immediately starts talking to another girl.
It's the 50s, man. We're all closeted. Don't worry about it.
The Pink Ladies also arrive, consisting of Rizzo, Frenchie, Marty, and Jan. Now, I will say this. The T-Birds, I think, are real dumb and silly. Now, the Pink Ladies jackets, I don't think they're any cooler than the T-Birds, but at least their jackets seem like they're like a bowling league. Like, they do something consistently together, and they're not just doing it because they saw it somewhere. I feel like the Pink Ladies, like, once again, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but they actually seem like a group of people that do something outside of just being jerks to people.
I'm glad you said that, because I do think that the Pink Ladies stood out more in the movie individually.
Yeah.
Way more
than Danny's friends.
In comparison.
Yeah.
If I rewatched it without hearing it, I could tell you which one of them were which.
Yeah.
The, T-Birds?
Yeah, no.
You just said it, and I forgot what they called themselves.
No, because those dudes are they're one person. This is the voice. They're one dude, and it's just it's horny teenager with bad jokes. That's all they are.
No.
But like at least Rizzo, Frenchie, Marty, and Jan are all different. Because like Rizzo has her own deal, Frenchie has her own deal, Marty and Jan have slightly less deals. But they, like you said, they are characters and people. The boys are not.
There are explicit visual and differences. Their voices are very different. They behave differently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even hear them call the T-Birds. I just heard the Pink Ladies. Unless I heard that wrong.
Oh no. The T-Birds and Pink Ladies are never called that. Which is why I think, like I said, they're not actually cool. They're like what theater kids think cool is. Because
they referred to themselves that way.
But no one ever calls them that. It's just for us in the story, we see the jackets, and the jackets are like, look, that's what they're called. And I'm like, I hate to be that guy. Isn't that the rule? The rule is you can't give yourself nicknames. And there's two groups of kids that are supposed to be the like head of the school that gave themselves nicknames.
Exactly.
I was like, okay, cool.
They were just the bad kids in school, from my understanding.
No, man, they were the bad, cool kids. Everyone knew Danny and the T-Birds. After her parents decide not to return to Australia, Sandy enrolls at Rydell High and befriends Frenchie, who considers dropping out of school to become a beautician. Now, this is how I know the date. This is a movie. All the movies we're going to watch for a while are going to be dated. But this is how I know this is dated, because in real life, if Sandy fell in love with a boy over summer break, they would have they would text each other. And then when Sandy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay in SoCal," she would have texted Danny, be like, "Hey, Danny, I'm in SoCal." Even if she's like an hour or so away, she's like, "Oh, when I get some free time, you want to meet up on the weekends or something?" And like, I love how. I think I was telling somebody about this before. I love how, like, in old school movies, there are payphones everywhere and this and that. And to make things not work, they had to make it to where payphones weren't around. And now in modern movies, for stuff not to work, you have to make it where cell phones don't exist, or like the cell phone died or whatever. So I love how one of the things is like, well, Sandy stayed in town. I'm like, yeah, if this was a modern movie, she would just be like, hey, Danny. Or like she'll get on Facebook or some messenger app and be like, hey, Danny, I'm back. Like, you want to meet up?
Guess where I'm staying now.
Right? Anything, but
it makes him seem like much more of a jerk, because you're telling me that not once, because we don't know how long they were together vacationing, but you're telling me that we saw them at a very intimate moment at the beach. They very obviously enjoyed each other. And you tell me that not once did he mention that he lived in the area. There was no telephone number. There was no mention of a school at all, or friends, and like, she just absolutely knew nothing about him. So either it's a really bad plot hole, or did he just really not want her to know anything about him?
Not a single thing.
Because it was a summer fling, and the beginning was the end.
And it really, thinking about,
Sorry. I just not understood that.
But thinking about what you said makes it even worse, because you're right, like, people had home phones in the 50s. So he could have been like, oh, hey, maybe call me and talk to me. He could have been like, oh, hey, I'm going to this school. Because, like, once again, she's in the town she vacationed in. So, like, she didn't know Danny went to this school. And I'm just like, bro.
Maybe there's an argument for international calls.
Something,
But still, I mean.
Right? Any kind of, like.
They made explicit, not explicit, I mean, I was gonna say direct references, but like not just direct. Like they talked about pen pals.
Yeah.
You tell me you can't write a letter.
Yeah, and nothing. No. Nothing. Hey, I know the name Danny Zuko. I know we're in California. That is it. And that's all. I'm like, okay, cool.
You telling me he's 20 feet over that way? I don't know it.
After her parents decided not to return to Australia, Sandy enrolls at Rydell Hill and befriends Frenchie, who considers dropping out of school to become a beautician. Oblivious to each other's presence at school, Danny and Sandy tell their respective groups the accounts of events during the pair's brief romance. Which I love how the Grease wiki doesn't get into this. They tell their friends with a song, and it's the first. Once again, the first and last song are the biggest deals. Summer Lovin' is the first song in here, which I'm like, oh, I've seen this parody on SNL, and I've seen it parodied everywhere. The thing that really irritated me about Summer Lovin' is, one, can Sandy and Danny hear each other? Because it sounds like they can. Because when they sing the song, if you take out their parts, it sounds like half a story. And then also, if you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, whenever the guys ask Danny a question, Danny doesn't answer it. Which I'm guessing goes along with the theme of the story of Danny hiding who he actually is or what he wants from his friends. But like when they were like, did you get far? And did you put up a fight? Which are wild questions.
They are wild questions.
I'm sad I didn't bring up Incancelable, but yes, a group of males are like, hey man, when you saw this girl, did you go far? I'm like, I went far to the beach. What do you mean did I get far, you creep?
My thing.
And then the other thing is like, did she try to stop you? And I'm like, hey, if she did, I stopped because I'm a decent person. Like, did she fight you? Oh, I hope not. That sounds weird. But when his friends answer the questions, he never answers them. Even when Sonny's like, does she have a friend I can have? The other friends sit him down and say no. But like, no, Danny doesn't answer the questions. He just starts singing. But then the Summer Lovin' ends with like Sandy superimposed on the sky like she's an angel, and Danny singing together. And also, once again, John Travolta. If you ever hear this podcast, my man, you could not sing well in this movie. Once again, the movie is more popular than I am, so screw my opinion. But like John Travolta could not match notes with Olivia Newton-John.
No.
But this intro of them talking about their experiences was legit. Danny being like, I saw a girl with cramps and I saved her life. And I'm like, is this like a hero syndrome where like you saved her and made sure she was okay and now she likes you? That's not healthy for teenagers to have. But yeah, it's just like, it's a wild thing. Because once again, this is like 15 minutes in. We haven't had any musical parts. It's just them talking and being fake cool dudes and bullying people. And then it's like lunchtime. And they're like, hey guys, guess what? I met a girl and it was so cool. Summer was fun. And I'm like, why did we start singing this? Could have started singing a little bit before.
There was two things for this. This is the same scene. One of the things was when she got into school and she went to at the front desk or something. Mm-hmm. And when she was there, she was like, oh hey, I'm new to town. I don't know where my classes are. The principal told her, hey, fill out these forms. And I'm just like, do they not have a schedule? Like, because like when I was in high school, they sent us a schedule like a week before school started, just so you can know like, hey, these are your classes. These are the days for A and B.
Well, here's the other thing that you said. You said that the principal looked at this child and said, fill out forms for her parents to choose to be in the school.
That's the thing.
There's immunizations you need to prove that you have. They need your transcripts from your old school to see what grade you're in and see where. None of that. Hey, fill it out now. You're a teenager. You won't lie about stuff, right?
That's one of the things too. I'm like,
you have all this information.
Not think about this, or they're like, hey, honey, you got it. Like at this point, it kind of makes me feel like they're like, all right, we're gonna go back to Australia. You're gonna stay here since you look happy, And then the other thing was when they were doing Summer Lovin'. When they were doing Summer Lovin' song, I feel like they ended on. I thought you just
meant kids having sex. I didn't know they were doing a song called Summer Lovin'.
Oh, sorry. That cafeteria song. It also I feel like they ended on two different things. Like Danny ended it with like, oh, we're just gonna stay as friends, but Sandy ended it like with, oh, we made a vow of true love. So I feel like there's two different things going on there.
Probably, but also here's the thing. It ends with them talking about how great summer nights are. So what, like legit, because the last high note when Sandy's superimposed on the sky like she's an angel overlooking Danny, they're talking about summer days leading to summer nights. And I'm just like, so once again, I'm not saying that you guys had sex on the beach because that sounds uncomfortable. But I'm just like, but I'm just like, but just
Everywhere.
yeah. But for me, it's just personally, it's like you guys are like 17, 18. So are you guys are you guys implying that you did do sexual things on the beach? And like, oh, summer nights were great. And also, this is just me personally. Summer nights on a beach seem quite cold because of the air coming off the sea and whatever. So for me, I'd be like, yeah, man. Unless and the one thing we see is romance novel opening of, "Will I see you again?" and then water and stuff. So I'm just like,
That's only the beginning, guys.
But yeah, we never saw the summer nights. So we just saw the summer days that they said they were drifting away into the summer nights. And I was like, okay, that's cool. There's many implications, and I don't feel comfortable because you guys are still technically children. But that's fine. I'm guessing this is what we're doing in this movie, and that's what happens.
I will say I don't believe that they actually thought different things, even though they did leave off on two different kind of ideas at the end of the song.
Yeah, because I think it's more.
He was obviously trying to
sound
make
cooler
it
to his friends.
Seem like he was, like, yeah, this happened, but
you guys didn't get any. I did.
Exactly.
But yeah,
and it meant nothing because I'm so cool.
Yeah, because I think Danny, he really does try to keep up appearances for his friends.
Oh, yeah.
And he finally kind of changes towards the end of the movie. Just a little. Because once again, we're gonna get to it. He changes just a little, and then he fully goes right back to being himself.
Complete. Yeah.
Takes off that jacket.
He was almost at 180, and then just the dial completely reset itself. But no.
There was one other thing. It was really random, which I hear
how that school lunch looked, because it looked better than my school lunch.
I mean, back in the day, everything was a lot better than it's now. So this is also beginning of the thing when it cuts to the scene before Sandy comes up to the front desk to ask for a schedule. This is something I hear even to this day, which makes me wonder how old it is. When the principal asked her where like some forms are, and the lady was like, "Oh, if it was a snake, it would have bit me." That stuck out to me so much because even now in current day, when I'm at work and customers say, "Oh, it's right there." "Oh, if it was a snake, it would have bit me." It's still so active even now.
It's gotten to the point where it's almost a part of my vocabulary, and I'm actively fighting it. But sometimes you just can't, especially when interacting with customers over the age of 50, 60, and everything they say to you is
an old-timey saying.
Right. And you turn around and like, what are you supposed to say? Yeah, no problem, man. No, that does not work. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
No.
Upon learning Danny is Sandy's sweetheart, Rizzo arranges for the two to reunite. But Danny is forced to maintain his bad boy attitude in front of his pals. My thing with this was that he looked so happy seeing her. He looked so happy with seeing her. And then all of a sudden, like, his friends are like, "Huh?" And then he just goes like, "Oh, baby, I don't know who you are." Like,
because being happy is not cool.
Right? Actually, being able to be yourself in front of a person that really makes you happy is the worst thing that could possibly happen to a teenager who's trying to put on airs for his friends. Because like when I first saw it,
his whole voice changed.
Yeah, his voice changed.
It's all right, baby.
Yeah, his voice changed, his demeanor changed, and I was like, and this is what I was telling someone before when I was thinking about it. And I was like, broski, like there are 0 times in my life as a teenager, if my friend saw something made me genuinely happy, their response was to be like, "Well, look at you, liking stuff." I'm like, what?
How dare you show emotions?
Like, it's crazy to be like, hey man, people that really care about you don't want you to have stuff that you really like. I'm like, what?
And his bad boy attitude in front of his pals, upsetting Sandy. Frenchie invites the girls to a pajama party, but Sandy falls ill from trying a cigarette and drinking tea.
No. She does not fall ill.
She gets ill or nauseous.
She is peer pressured into inhaling smoke that she's never done.
Yep.
She coughs
Drinking
up
alcohol that she's never done.
But she has
and getting stabbed in the ear.
Yeah. Oh, also, we didn't say it, but like they met, like Sandy and Danny met at a pep rally for school, and it was like at night, and they're like, "Yeah, we're the Rydell Rangers." So I remembered because it's fake, and I don't need to. but they were like, "Oh, hey, the same coach is going to get us out of our 7-season slump." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, you guys have sucked for 7 years, and you think the same dude's gonna change it around?"
And
That's
None
wild.
of you here
Yeah.
at this school
Yeah.
have experienced a win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy though, because even after 7 seasons of losses, they're still like, yeah, we can win.
Yeah, right. And I'm just like,
Actually, they're in their senior year, so none of the last 6 classes
have been winners. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they have the same coach. I'm like, bro, if this was college, this coach would have been fired after
Oh,
2 years of
absolutely.
losing. But yeah, so like they had a pep rally, and my first thought about the pep rally was, there's no money you could have paid me in high school to come back to school to interact with you nerds to show fake enthusiasm.
To be fair, that was only the football team.
No. Because remember, Danny was there, the pink ladies were there, the other students were there. A lot of students were there. It wasn't just the team. The team were in the front, and the cheerleaders were there.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, we only know that they felt for the football team. We don't know about the basketball team.
Yeah, that's true. But
I did not write it down, but I'm remembering it now. But there was a bonfire.
Yeah.
How crazy is it for them to gather?
Excuse me.
I mean, again, it's the 50s, right? I get it, different time. Imagine sending out a letter to all the parents saying that we're going to meet at a bonfire for all of your students. Not only that, but they had a mannequin wearing the opposing team's jersey.
Just an effigy to burn. Yep.
Hanging.
I didn't even
Next
think
to the
about
fire.
that.
Yeah.
All right,
Because when I
guys.
saw that, I was...
We're going to start a cult now.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, God.
The T-Birds almost crashed the party in Kanicki's greased lightning car, but a guilty Danny leaves followed. Guilty Danny leaves, followed by Rizzo, who departs to make out with Kanicki, who was actually her boyfriend.
Now we gotta pause here, and this gets me real bad because one, there's many things that happen in this scene.
Danny dissed her so hard, and I was like, yo.
Well, Danny dissed her because Rizzo's out here, like, because Danny and Rizzo dated back in the day. That's what they say in a throwaway line. Two, Kanicki's out here with his friends, and he comes by the slumber party, which is double wild, and he's like, "Hey guys, I want to go to make out point with Rizzo," and like I think it's 5 of them, and he makes them get out of the car, and I'm like, listen, once again, the T-Birds are jerks because sanely and logically, it's like, hey, we all are taking our money and time, and we're gonna spend time together. So now what's gonna happen is I got a lady, so you all need to walk home, and I'm like, what?
You can get out and walk.
Right? I'm like, that's why. And I'm like, what? I'm like, also, this is just me. If I was a parent in that house and I heard some boys drive up in a dumb car yelling at my house late at night, I'm like, go home. Leave. Like, what? No, what are you doing here? And we know parents exist.
Yeah.
You see them all throughout the movie. But for some reason, when these boys come up to, I don't know, technically it could be Rizzo's or Frenchie's house. It could be Frenchie's house. But they're like, hey, we're not going to exist or anything. Also, side note, Frenchie's bathroom in her bedroom has the title of powder room on it. And, like, once again, we know that's a polite way to say a bathroom for, like, being ladylike, whatever. But Frenchie lives there by herself. We don't see her with other siblings. Who is Frenchie being polite for? Like, why did she need to call it the powder room?
It's for aesthetic.
Right? I'm like, but like, I was like Frenchie's like, well, I gotta go powder. I'm like, wait, to yourself in the room? Like, who cares? Go to the bathroom. Use it however you like.
She's being polite for her friends. Which, honestly, the difference between, like, the other girls and Sally also, which is something I think I pointed out to Samuel, I was like, they were all I don't know, but what currently now are, like, regular pajamas, but they're, like, the little silk dress looking thing.
Oh, they got the nightgowns.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, Sally has one that she's covered from head to toe.
Sandy
is covered from head to toe. Like, one of the, what are they called? What are they? I don't know, but it's like it's a big dress.
Like a nightie? Or like a muumuu?
Muumuu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actor, Olive Newt Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
It's Olivia Newton-John. You can go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted. The two are disturbed by Leo, the leader of the T-Birds' rival gang. The Scorpions, I said that wrong, and his girlfriend Cha-Cha, leading to a planned race between Kenichi and Leo.
Now we're gonna pause for a second. Did you guys know his name was Leo?
No.
Okay, I didn't either. Cool. I thought it was just me because in the notes he is.
No.
I'm like, he looked like Kenichi's brother. So
That's with the scarred face.
yeah. So I didn't know his name was Leo. That's cool.
Also, that's a very loose use of the word gang.
Yeah.
Wishing to win his way back into Sandy's affection, Danny turns to Coach Calhoun to get into sports, eventually becoming a runner. He reunites with Sally, and they attempt to go on a date, but their friends crash, resulting into Kaneki and Rizzo arguing and partying.
Now, here's the thing. This whole scene, or the scenes of Danny doing sports is wild to me. Because Danny, okay, I don't know when basketball was invented. I forget off the top of my head. I know it's invented in Canada and all this stuff, but I don't remember the dates. Danny doesn't know to dribble the basketball.
I didn't think about this, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
There's no way.
He wouldn't know how to dribble the ball. He wouldn't know baseline.
That he hadn't seen somebody do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, at this time, there's still Wilt Chamberlain and like Bill Russell. Bill Russell's out here winning 11 NBA finals.
You know what it does look like he watched? Football, because he held on to that basketball for dear life.
Very true. Like, we didn't see him do much football, but like my man, like for basketball, he didn't know how to dribble. He didn't know how to shoot. Someone stole a ball, he got like offended. I'm like, Danny, like, you didn't do anything to stop them from stealing the ball. Also, I don't know why Danny had this is the short shorts era of basketball, but like, why is Danny's shorts higher like by 3 inches than everyone else's, and then also shirt tucked in?
Yep.
Like, what's cool about what's a cool tough guy thing about having your shirt tucked in? That's so weird. And then like the coach, he stops him and moves Danny around and stuff. But like, Danny punches a student, and the teacher, and the teacher's like, yeah, well, something else for you.
At one point, he was like, "Oh, you're a pitcher."
No. He said you're a hitter.
You're a hitter.
So he gave him the baseball because once again, he does basketball. And he's terrible at it. Doesn't even know how to dribble. Then he's bad at wrestling.
My favorite part about the basketball team was when the guy, like, you know, he missed again, and then the other guy was basically telling him like he sucks, and then he starts wanting to fight him. The coach is like, drop the bat.
Yeah. For me, this is the thing that's wild to me. Also, that was baseball. What was wild to me was in the basketball thing when they shot the ball into the net. It was a camera cut. So it made me feel like, it's a camera cut. It wasn't
make the shot.
Yeah. So someone made the shot before, and they just used that shot after instead of them actually being able to make the ball in. And I'm like, that's terrible. You guys couldn't make this shot? That's terrible. So then after basketball, it's wrestling. And Calhoun really makes me mad here because Danny is stick thin, and Calhoun has him practice with somebody who's 2 weight classes above him. Which Danny will never have to do in an actual tournament. Not ever. Like, if Danny is too small, what's going to happen is the other teams won't have anyone for him to wrestle, and Danny will win by forfeit, so he'll be undefeated. But for some reason, Calhoun's like, hey, this guy who's like 6 inches taller than you and is like corn-fed out here, train with him, and like surprisingly, this guy beats Danny. And I'm like, oh, of course he does. He has so much weight, and he's practiced wrestling, unlike Danny has. Now, once again, Danny double axe handles him and hits him right in the chest, which he's not prepared for.
I'm not mad at him for it because he was absolutely like manhandled.
Yeah.
He was just picked up and thrown.
Yeah, and the guy was
he was so over it too.
Yeah, the guy was so smug.
He wasn't gonna do anything.
Yeah. The guy was so smug after getting Danny down twice. And I'm like, yo, my man, I would hit you in the face too. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you outweigh me by 100 plus pounds, and you're just like, I got you. I'm like, of course you got me. Get out of here. So then after that, the coach is like, let's do some baseball. And Danny, a man made of paper, he gets insulted when the umpire is like, oh, you suck. And for me, I was like, this is really weird. Because this is what I thought baseball was. I thought the ump was like a neutral figure, and the catcher, who's playing for the other team, is like, hey, you suck. Like, they do stuff to get into your head. But for some reason in this high school, the umpire is trying to get into Danny's head. Why does the umpire care?
Not to mention, it doesn't matter if he's neutral.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what team he's on. you've got somebody who clearly shows some insecurity and anger.
Yeah.
You're squatting down with your face at crotch level, and they have a baseball bat.
Thank you.
Why are you taunting them?
Right? Yeah. No.
Literally anything that happens, you are asking for it.
Yeah. And it's wild. But yeah, for me...
Bro, you suck. Watch me swing them.
Because for me, I was like, why is the ump doing it? Like, the ump, like, I can get the catcher doing it because the catcher is, like, opposing. But, like, the ump shouldn't care. The ump's just going to kick you out or whatever. I'm like, why is the ump being the one doing it? So then Danny does a funny bit I like where he pulls the mask off and hits him in the face. And, like, he does try to hit a man with a bat. And then the coach is like, hey, don't hit him with the bat.
Right,
and they
drop the bat.
Yeah, and then he does track and field. And
Right.
and he's not bad at track and field. And I'm like, hey, coach, man, I would have started here. Because Danny, I want to start it with, this is just me personally, seeing Danny and his build, I would have started with cardio stuff.
Yeah.
So I would have started with running. But I'm guessing we had to get the funny scenes of Danny not knowing how to dribble a ball in the 50s.
Not to mention he didn't have anybody else to hit.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, nothing. Just make him run so he doesn't have to be out here hitting people. After you hit one person, be like, hey, you know what? Track and field.
The thing about that track and field scene was, to me, was like, Sally was leading on the football player. Something we forgot to mention was I think it was during the bonfire.
Oh, yeah, and the guy was like,
Then he was like, hi, and she's like, hey. You know, they were kind of like, ha, ha, ha.
flirting a little bit, yeah.
And then for the track field scene, Sally sees Danny doing, like, run. Why am I saying the wrong?
You are never going to call this woman Sandy, are you?
Sandy sees Danny, doing the running, and she just kind of turns a little bit and then continues. She ruffles the football player's hair and is like, kiki, ha, ha. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, Danny falls.
He starts doing hurdles on purpose. So he can fall, so he can get her to come over.
Oh, was it on purpose?
Because he's long distance. Coach even told him he's long distance running. You don't need to do hurdles with long distance running. So he started doing hurdles on purpose.
He did that.
Or was that also just really bad musical movie logic?
It could be. I can't push it past the movie. It could be.
So he falls. She literally, like, homeboy over there is like basically like almost about to like grab her arm, shoulder for like comfort, and this girl just dips and then goes to Danny. And I was just like, dang. I was like, she clearly likes Danny, but she's still playing with this other dude's heart, bro.
And not to mention that they were also in the diner together.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
Yeah, the jukebox. Yeah.
And now, Sandy, you almost had me saying Sally. Sandy and this other guy were in the diner together, and then they end up at the track together. And then when she goes over to comfort Danny, just turns around and she's like,
yeah, and they run, and Danny and her run off together.
Yeah. That poor bro was confused.
Also, I do feel like maybe it's just me. I don't know. Normally in movies, they play like the theater kids, the people who play football, to be the assholes. Mm-hmm. But this boy had no backbone.
That's not true. That's not true. He had backbone in standing still and not having any lines. So he did that. He did that. Yeah, he did that perfectly. Like you are here to be a background character.
All right. Let's put a little spice in him. At least be like, bruh.
Oh, you want, instead of the bad race we got, you want to get him fighting Danny and Danny definitely losing?
No. I mean, all right. Left alone, Frenchie is visited by a guardian angel who advises her to return to Rindle High after a mishap in beauty class leaves her with candy pink hair. Also,
because we might have went over this when we talked about it.
Cotton candy,
that date was terrible. Like, literally, what you guys said happened. Mm-hmm. She's with another dude. Danny's a jerk about it. It's like, I'm long distance training. Let me do hurdles for no reason. He trips on the last hurdle because I'm like, I said this aloud. I'm like, he's going to trip over the last hurdle, huh? And he trips over the last hurdle. And then Sandy stops talking to the man, ruffling his hair, to run down to Danny. He's like, oh, then they talk a little bit. Hey, look, Sandy, you said you wanted me to do something, so I did this. So then she looks back at the man, laughs, and runs off with Danny. And they immediately go, because, like, I don't know how long it took them to change, but they changed. And they immediately went to the diner. And I understand it's a small town, but Danny's like, I'm going to try to hide. I'm like, Danny, you look like you. Yeah. And you're at the town diner. Yeah, like, where was Matisse?
Back of the restaurant.
Yeah. I'm like, where?
We got a table right at the door.
Yeah, something.
Bonk
So
yourself?
so your friends walk right by and don't see you, but you like, I'm gonna sit where I normally sit. I'm gonna be surprised when my friends see me, and I'm like, what are you doing?
But the thing was too that during that scene, the friends didn't seem like they were judging him. They were just like, "Oh man, we were seeing him something like how he normally doesn't act."
No, it's
But
all
it wasn't even
internal.
judgmental.
Yeah. But
He's got insecurity issues that never get resolved or confronted. But no, can we talk about the timeline for this beauty school thing? I'm so confused.
No. You mean how we're supposed to believe that this, like, they met during summer break, but we don't know if they're together for a week or 3 months. And then we're supposed to believe that everything that happened within a semester of school. And then, after happening within a semester of school, this girl told them in the beginning of the movie, I'm dropping out of school. She goes to beauty school, and this
never talks about it again, by the way,
no.
until we get to the point in the diner.
Yeah, and so do that. We haven't talked about it yet, but then there is a singer. I looked up his name. I fully forgot it now, but he was a current time heartthrob.
The song was brutal.
Yeah, it was. You suck. Go back to school. Like, that's not. You don't have to. The song is one of the better songs of the movie. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But literally, I will tell you what it means in one sentence. You suck. Go back to school. That is the song.
It just she didn't address it.
No.
At all.
She just went back to school.
Showed up with cotton candy pink hair.
Yeah.
Which, let's be fair, did not look that bad.
No.
Today's standards.
I thought it was a wig at first, but I was like, no, I think they actually dyed her hair for this.
But see, I was like, oh, she's getting practice.
Yeah.
But no, she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I've been there this whole time, and I was so bad at it that now I need to hallucinate this man singing a song about how
Tell me
bad
to go
I
to school. But once again, you're not wrong. The timetable of this is so strange to me because I did this at the end of the movie. There's a carnival, and I think it's for graduation.
Right
but for me, I'm like,
was
but,
too.
but it can't be graduation. You know why? Because it's still warm outside, and graduation will be around May, and like it would have been winter, and we didn't see any winter.
Unless.
So there's just a carnival. I'm just like, so like, wait.
Unless they just conveniently skipped 4 months of the year.
Yeah.
But then again, it's SoCal.
Yeah. Also true. But for me, it's just like legit. It was just.
Oh, they don't get snow, but we didn't see them like.
Yeah, it wasn't a bit colder. There wasn't anything. There was nobody. It was just. I thought it was graduation, but I was like, it can't be graduation
because
it's still.
Because then they start passing out the yearbooks where they were just.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Together
But once again, remember the beginning of the movie. The teacher, not the teacher, the goofy shop lady who's also at the race, says, "Hey, how many days into winter break?" And
83.
Sandy, and Sandy's like 83 days or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, brother," and I'm like, "So we skip winter break?"
It is their graduation.
Yeah.
It is their graduation.
So
because they make the whole thing on the announcements about it.
Because
they're leaving, and also, why is this principal getting teary-eyed about this specific class of students?
I can't lie to you. The only interaction they've had, there are two that we see with the principal. Two. One, Sonny and the rest of the T-Birds don't go to class on time, and everyone else goes to class. And she has a talk with Sonny about not smoking and going to class. Two, the whole thing with National Bandstand. That's it. Those are the only two things.
For 20 years, and
you guys are the best students.
This one right here. This one means the
other thing
most.
to me was like, why can't she hit the xylophone? She had her second duty.
Right, and then got upset when she wasn't doing what she wanted.
Right.
Do it yourself.
Or like the last time, the first one's like she like.
Also,
the typewriter.
there's not a real pattern. It's just ascending order. She could have definitely done ascending order. It's not that hard. Like, and then she presses the button.
And then when she did it the last time, the secretary felt it in her to go extra. And she stopped her.
No, but you guys are right. It is graduation, which makes me even more confused. Because, like you said, what is the timetable of this? Because Frenchie's like, oh, in the beginning of the movie, and then like a few minutes later, she's like, oh, I need to stop. And then Frenchie's allowed back into school for the dance. And I'm like, yo, did you sign the paperwork? Like, you just come back to
no paperwork. It's the 50s.
Right? I'm like, what happened?
Tell me you're a teenager?
Right? You can come to school again.
Go on. Let's go. The school dance arrives, broadcast live on television, and hosted by DJ Vince Fontaine, who definitely does sound like he should be on a list.
Right? Yeah.
Who flirts with Marty,
okay, this is
the underage teenager in the movie.
Thank you. Also, Vince Fontaine, when I first saw the man, this is just might be me. He looks like a less handsome Adam West, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, like, you're like a less handsome Adam West, and that sucks, because I wish Adam West was in the movie, because there'd be some personality to his character, I hope.
I don't. Because then Adam West would have
be
been
a
grabbing
creep.
up on the teenager.
Would have been a creep.
The fact that this man fell for her advances to me look. This is the thing that got me. This is what I told Samuel on the way here. All homegirl did was just pop out her chest, and all of a sudden, homeboy is like, "Ooh, yeah."
Well,
That's all it takes.
Hey, he's DJ Vince Fontaine. I'm guessing he's used to being behind. He's being a disc jockey. He doesn't see the women in person, I guess.
He also must have been like an auctioneer because he talks hella fast. Because he's talking like, "You got 20 seconds," and he's like, 10 seconds.
Hey man, when you gotta trick children into liking you, you learn to speak fast and manipulate them real smooth. Oof.
Yeah. So Rizzo and Kaneki attempt to spite one another by bringing Leo and Cha-Cha as their dates, while Danny and Sandy come together.
Now, this is because once again the synopsis didn't say this.
It skipped over this whole plot point.
But here's the problem. Rizzo and Kaneki went to Makeout Point, which we said, but Rizzo and Kaneki were going to have sex at Makeout Point, and Rizzo was like, "Oh, hey, do you have a..." No, she said you have protection. I don't think she had down. She said, "Do you have protection?" And Kaneki was like, "Yeah, I sure do." Then he pulls it out, and like he's like, "Oh, it broke." And she was like surprised too. And he's like, "Oh, I had it since 7th grade." And I paused in my brain. I was like, "Wait a minute. He had he's 18.
Uh-oh.
He's had a condom on him since he was 12.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
Yeah.
That is wild. Like, one...
You're telling me that the super greased up teenagers in the 50s movie who were bragging about everything they've done, you're telling me that not once has he pulled that condom out?
Not a single time?
You're telling me not once?
My thing wasn't even like,
the coolest guys lie about having
sex. What you guys were thinking. I was like, why would he keep a condom from the 7th grade up until now? Like,
no. My question was, how did he get a condom at 12?
The other question was like,
it's
who?
the 50s.
Nobody told him that condoms have an expiration date.
Well, no.
Their wallet's like one of the worst
Yeah.
places to keep them.
That, and also, but I will say, I believe a teenager wouldn't know condoms have expiration dates. Yeah. I believe that 100%.
Did not have sex during that time?
But, probably not a good one. Not, yeah. Especially if...
or if there was, it probably was not.
Yeah. But it drove me up a wall when he said that, because I was like, where'd you steal a condom from at 12 that no one caught you? But then you kept it, and you're like, I'm going to use it. I mean,
why does that surprise you? They were able to steal beer.
So they did have sex in the back of that car.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that I was talking about that they've completely skipped it. Oh no, they haven't completely skipped it.
Yeah.
I'm just not there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought it happened much before this.
No. There is a talk about it, but it's very the only thing they say is, "Oh, I missed my period." Yeah. And then there's a bigger thing at the drive-in.
Yeah.
But no. The movie is... Because, like, the only thing that really happens in the movie is Kaneki and Rizzo are kind of antagonistic toward each other. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm just like, yo, like, all we've seen is, hey, friends, get out of my car that I drove you in. I got a woman now. And then, like, that stuff happens. And Rizzo asks about a condom. He doesn't have one. She's like, screw it. We can still do sex stuff. Which, once again, I don't know when you're hearing... You want to be like, you know what? Let me do stuff. You know? That sounds wild to me. And then, also at that scene, Cha-Cha and Leo are up there with their cool Scorpion. It's a black car with flames. It's once again what a theater kid thinks what cool and tough looks like. And they're like, hey, you suck. Your car sucks. Your girl sucks too. And I'm like, hey, like, you're up here kissing and making out with a lady too. Like, you're not cool.
Yeah.
Like, if you were a cool guy, you would find your own place to do it, but you're here with everyone else.
No, I'm just reading this, and I have a very big comment about that.
Okay.
So, Kaneki humiliates Patty Simcox. Do you remember Patty Simcox? I don't remember. By lifting up her dress in front of the whole school.
She's the girl that talked to Sandy. Frenchie brought her over to the Pink Ladies. Patty is the lady who's running for class president.
Yes.
Did I know her name? No, I definitely didn't.
Absolutely not.
But yes, she's the class president lady.
She was very high energy and like,
hi. She's doing way too much.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
During the dance, Danny and Cha-Cha, who were once boyfriend and girlfriend,
which is a throwaway line.
Exactly. Perform together and win a dance-off.
Which, okay, this is just me personally. because Mr. Fontaine says the rules, but so do the principal and the coach. And they're like,
not
well,
subtle.
I understand all the students and whatever, but like, it's a dance off. You get to, I think you win some money and you get to like do this thing or whatever. Shouldn't the kids have had to register their dancing partners? Anything?
Nope, it's a disease.
Yeah, but literally, but like literally, there's nothing. It's just like, if I tap you, please move out of the way.
Yeah.
Don't be vulgar. Like leave space. It's like, you guys telling me we see Danny and because like literally the last two people are like Danny, Sandy, not Leon Cha-Cha, but Cha-Cha and Kaneki. Those are the last four people.
Yeah.
Kaneki leaves on purpose, and then like Cha-Cha switches with Sandy because like the dances, except for the swing dancing they do in the beginning, dances have so much space. So then Sandy leaves when she's like appalled that Danny would dare dance with a lady at a dance. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, I hate to be that guy. Why? I'm guessing McKinney's like, oh, whatever, my friend can win. But the other part is like, why would you want your date dancing with Danny right now? Like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe because Rizzo isn't in the contest anymore, you don't care. But I'm like, why? You brought your date to get back at Rizzo, and your response is like, well, Danny can win with her. They can get the trophy or whatever. I'm like, that's so weird.
But the other thing too was that like they kind of knew, they kind of suspected something going on between him and Sandy, and they still managed to take Sandy away.
Yes.
So I'm like, that's also kind of messed up on their side because they did that too.
Danny tries to make it up to Sandy by taking her to a drive-in theater, but ends up making several passes on her, causing Sandy to flee. Sandy does not flee.
Thank you.
Sandy
Runs.
is violated.
Yes.
And understandably so, gets out, tells him to screw off, and leaves.
And Danny is like, and Danny does the thing I hate because this is one of those songs I don't remember.
Why me?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
me? I'm doing everything correct.
Yeah, man.
This should make her swoon for me.
Yeah.
I pushed her into the back seat of the car and started trying to kiss her.
Okay, also, this is the thing I didn't say about the make-out point thing with Rizzo and Kaneki. This irritated me when I first saw it. The front seat of Kaneki's bad car has more space than the back seat.
And they're both in the back seat.
Yeah. And like we literally see them make out and kiss and roll to the back seat. I'm like, just lean your seats back. Why did you go to the back seat?
Out and kissing, like they were all tasting each other's breakfast because there was so much intensity in there.
Yeah. And yeah, they're 2 feet away. But yeah, like in what happens is they go to a drive-in and Sandy's like, it kind of sucks that we were at the dance together and you just started dancing with Cha-Cha and like you didn't stop or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey Sandy, you're right. That does suck. And then Danny's just trying to talk to her. He takes off his stinky ring that I don't notice he's wearing until he tries to take it off. And
Wax
then
her in the
no, he gives it to her first.
no,
and
wax
like,
her in the boob.
oh no, that's after.
No, he was trying to take
Oh, yeah, because he
her
hits her in the elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He elbows her in the boob, gives her the ring. He's like, oh, yeah, because you're special. I'm like, what's this ring mean, Danny?
And
then,
she fell for it.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
she was trying so hard.
Yeah, she really cared about Danny.
Really trying.
Yeah.
Just puts even more of an emphasis on how much he just had no clue.
Yeah.
He just had no clue.
And then afterwards, he tries to put his arm around her shoulder and touch her boob. I'm like, that's wild. Yeah, like, that's wild. And then after she says, like, stop or what are you doing? Which I'm like, which is a very okay question to ask. He tries to push her down and kiss her.
That's the green light.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's why his creep friends are like, did she fight? Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
No. At the drive-in, Rizzo fears she's pregnant after missing a period and confides to Marty, which is a bad idea.
Yep.
But Sonny overhears and spreads the rumor, which eventually reaches Kaneki, who is the potential father.
He did not overhear.
Thank you. He just definitely does
Marty,
that.
he was like, hey, what's wrong? And Marty goes like, oh, she might be pregnant.
No. Worse. It's worse. Rizzo tells Marty, oh, I missed a period. And Marty's like, what, you think you may be pregnant? And Rizzo's like, maybe. So then they leave the bathroom, but since a bunch of teens are at the drive-in, Marty says,
after agreeing to keep it confidential.
Here we go. Yeah. Says, hey, out of the way, pregnant lady coming through. And I'm like, what did you just say 5 seconds ago? It's worse than that. It's not just Marty being like, oh, she might be pregnant. It's legit. Hey, friend, you told me a thing. I'm gonna keep it secret. Walks out the bathroom a second later. Hey, get out of the way. She's pregnant. What?
Exactly.
And then Sonny hears it, getting his snacks, and then it spreads like it does in high school, where someone tells somebody and they tell everyone, and Rizzo's like, "That's real fast." I'm like, "Yeah, sure is, Rizzo." A lady did yell it.
Time to get to her destination.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You walked across the field and was confronted. Why didn't you tell me, man? Why didn't you tell me? I literally did not have enough time to not only confirm that I was, but even find you.
Yes, yeah. Like once again, you weren't supposed to know, but then for some reason, my friend who said this is a secret definitely yelled about how it's not a secret anymore. And I'm like, okay, man, that's how we moving. That's what we're doing. The race arrives. The next thing is the race, isn't it? Oh, the race arrives, but Kaneki is knocked out by his own car door thanks to the careless behavior of his friend Putsy and is injured as a result. So Danny takes up the challenge, and this is gonna irritate me so bad because did we talk about the Grease Lightning song? No. We talked about it off. We talked about it off mic. No, I think we talked about it on the thing. One, as I told,
didn't mention that at all.
No.
Synopsis didn't mention it at all.
Once again, Chris went right over it.
Also didn't mention that Rizzo.
Yeah.
Rizzo also told Kaneki that like, oh, who said it was your kid?
Oh yeah, that's very true. Rizzo's real antagonistic because that's how Rizzo's energy is. Mm-hmm. But like Rizzo, like before the race arrives, Rizzo has her own song about how she could be worse and treat people worse. And not to be mean, not a good song, but why we need that song? We don't need that song in this movie.
No.
And then
character development.
Oh, that's true. Rizzo does get a little bit better. But like Grease Lightning is an entire song, and I love the beginning of Grease Lightning, not because of how good the song is, but because the T-Birds are in the shop class singing, and every other person's looking at them like, "What are you doing? Sit down. Get off the car." Like same people would in real life if people just start dancing and doing choreography. Now it switches over where everyone's doing choreography and they're rolling ties and whatever. But as I said off mic, I will say it here. It's like these boys want to have sex with this car. Mm-hmm. And it makes me real sad. Because they're like rolling on it and like...
Actually, I kind of feel like that's like a...
euphemism or a thing that actually happens with lots of boys or lots of men. Where they're like... I don't get it personally, but these boys... there's some, maybe it's not sexual relish, but there's some like curiosity with this car because they're in and out of it. They're like rolling on it. They're like doing like humpy things towards the car, and I'm like, we gotta stop it, my man.
I would almost go as far as to say that the idea of the car is not to race.
Yeah.
Of course, the idea of the car is to get girls into the car.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where that sexual energy is coming from.
Yeah.
And because rightfully so, no one's going near them in that car. They have to take it out on the tailpipe.
Yeah, right.
Because there's nobody else with them in that car.
Honestly, yes. And also the one time,
especially not after they painted it.
And then because they painted it terrible, they painted it more white with a little bit of lightning. The Grease Lightning car looks so good in their mind, and then when you see it in real life, I'm like, oh, it's roughly the same with a little bit of lightning. It looks as bad as the Scorpion's car, which is black.
Yep.
And like, okay, so the good guys, T-Birds, have a white car with lightning at the top of the border, and the bad guys have a black car with fire at the bottom of the car. And I'm like, wow, what? This is on the nose. If I was writing a story, this couldn't be even more on the nose than it already is. And so like they do that,
tops and bottoms,
right? And it's just, but it's just like they're doing that, and like, Kaneki's like, oh, I got a race for Lizzo's honor or whatever, which he does not say that. He doesn't say that, but I'm guessing it's the implication because Leo went on a date with her or whatever, and Rizzo's like, could not be your kid, so like he has to fight for Rizzo's honor and like being the toughest gang in the school, which, as Zach said, honestly, gang is loose. That's a loose word for these boys, and
they take on the nerds,
because like. And this is the part that makes me really upset. The shop teacher, who's the lady who asked me about when winter break happens, she comes with the students to the illegal street race.
Yo.
I thought that was like a ploy for something, like maybe the cops and they had to chase out. But no, like legit, the teacher is like, "Hey, I'll come with you guys." Souped up the car at school, which I'm like, did you guys steal resources from school? Soup up the car?
Kept saying it's the 50s.
Yeah. But the teacher is like, yeah, I'll hey, you kids, you guys go to Thunder Road. I'll go to the illegal street race with you teenagers. I'm like, aren't you like in your mid-50s, lady? Why are you here watching?
The thing was, she didn't seem that concerned with.
She didn't seem any kind of concerned.
No, not at all.
Kaniki got hurt.
No.
She was like, oh.
Well, Kaniki did get hit with the lightest door tap.
I mean, really.
The lightest door tap. Concussion City.
He had more. Maybe he could have had a migraine.
Yeah.
His head did hit. His head did hit.
Oh yeah, he did hit the ground also. You're right.
It was not concussion level. It was not confusion. Who's the president? Where are we?
Yeah.
Like, bro should have been just fine.
Yeah.
Maybe not to drive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not to drive, but
the door tapped him. Like you guys probably watch wrestling. There's a thing called Finger Poke of Doom where Hulk Hogan touched Kevin Nash, and then Kevin Nash just fully fell down and got pinned. That happened. He like got touched by the car door. I'm like,
just got barely kissed by the door.
And it was like, you know what? Can't drive. Danny's got to do it. I'm like, well, he is the main character, huh? Danny's got to win. He and Leo race until Leo crashes and leaves humiliated, with Danny as the victor. Now, this is just me personally, I'm very glad the synopsis skipped over this dumb race, because this race sucked. And I learned this from cinema studies in school. Most races in Hollywood can't win with someone just winning. It wins when someone gets into a wreck and the other person doesn't. That's typically how races end.
there's never a win.
So, what irritates me about this is wrong. He does not crash. What happens is the Scorpions are real evil bad guys, so they have like little spikes on their car, and they cut Grease Lightning. But Grease Lightning, like when they do the turnaround to come win the race, Grease Lightning has better handling, and they come back around. And he's trying to like cut into the tires, but he hits the hubcap with his evil spikes.
You know what else?
What?
Nobody mentioned anything about this too in the movie.
What?
Danny, the car got messed up. Wasn't this Kaniki's car?
Yeah, it was Kaniki's car. Yeah,
So,
he paid for it with working a summer job.
So you telling me that like Kaniki's just gonna be cool and Danny like, oh yeah, we won the race, but my car is messed up.
I can't lie. Maybe they steal some more resources from the school shop and fix the car.
Or, I'm going to say it again, it's the 50s. All he has to do is work for another summer. He can afford the car.
Right? Honestly. So maybe he's like, hey, I'm graduating. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But then that happens, and like Danny drives up on, like, if you ever watch Terminator 2, they're in the canals of the bridge. So it's like flat, and then there's two sides that are elevated. Danny drives on the elevated side, and then the Scorpion guy tries to get around him to get on the other side. But then Danny's car, I'm guessing, makes a jump over water better than the Leo's car. So Leo's car does not crash. It gets stuck in the water, and it can't get traction to get across the water. So, like, the synopsis on the Grease Wiki is like, Leo he does not crash. Danny's car can get through the water a little bit better than Leo's car, and Leo's car gets stranded in water. That's it. And then they win. And I'm like, this is anticlimactic.
He also loses the little spiky rim from his car.
Oh, he loses it because he tries to take out Danny's tire, but it hits the hubcap. And I'm just like, ugh.
The rules. There ain't no rules.
Ugh. Let me see. Yeah. Leo crashes and leaves humiliated, with Danny as the victor. Sandy watches from afar, concluding she still loves Danny, and decides to change her attitude and look to impress him. Now, this is not a joke. Everyone is lined up looking at them, and I don't know if Cha-Cha is the first lady that, like, because I've seen many Fast and Furious movies. So I don't know if this is the first woman that's like, I gotta be the person to start the race or whatever, but they're all there, they see the race, all that stuff happens. And then Sandy, because like even Rizzo, everyone tells Sandy, unless you got wheels and an engine, you can't go to Thunder World. And we see Sandy walk to Thunder Road.
Yep.
She walks over a little fence, sits down real calm and smooth. No one bothers her. Yeah, she's calm. She's chill.
Completely unbothered.
Yeah, and she just sits down and she watches the race, and she sees Danny win, and she has a little sing part. And then she goes to Frenchie right after the race and is like, Frenchie, I need your help with something.
She's saying that she finished the ending song to like that
devoted one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yes.
Like that's some devotion in the ending there.
Bro, everyone tells her how she needs a car, she needs wheels and an engine, and we see her very calm, no bother, walk over the fence, sit down, take off her shoes because she's comfortable, watch Danny win, be like, hey, Frenchie, I need your help. I'm going to change. And I'm like, okay. I'm guessing she didn't need that. Everyone's a liar in this town, I guess.
No, she's just being devoted.
Okay. Another another time thing. On the last day of school, while Principal McGee didn't know the principal's name, and her assistant Blanche didn't know that name, sob about the departing class. The class celebrates their graduation at the fair on the school grounds. Now, I said this to Mary. I'll say it to Zach. I'll say it right now for everyone to hear. I would have loved a carnival on my last day of school.
Would have been nice.
Right? It would have been phenomenal.
Right on your school grounds and properties. That would have been great.
Because I don't know how it was for you guys, but it used to be at my school, if you had A's or good enough grades, you could be exempt from your final exams, but then they changed it to only seniors. So I think for my senior year, I only had like a B or a C in one or two of my classes. So I didn't after the last day we had to be there, I only had to go back I had to go back for one day for 2 exams because everything else I was exempt from. So I would have loved being I would have loved being exempt for all my exams. But I would have loved to be like, oh, hey, this is your last day before exams. You guys just have a fun day. Just have a carnival that it's free food, it's free this, go do that. Because we had field day, but field day's for everybody. I would have loved just for the senior class having a carnival.
Sorry. I'm just realizing it out. So you're telling me that they were at their last day of school, right?
We didn't see winter break. We didn't see fall. We didn't see spring break. None of that stuff.
No, what I'm trying to get at is
fall break didn't happen. Then they met at summer break. Fall break, winter break didn't happen, and now they're graduating.
Does that bother you?
A little.
Okay.
Just a little.
So.
Celebrating school grounds. Rizzo discovers she is not pregnant after all and reunites with Kaneki. Now, this is so irritating to me for the movie because legit, I know pregnancy tests exist. And Zach was saying it before. The timeline for this movie is wild and it's way too fast. Because once again, why did the teacher bring up winter break? We didn't see fall break, we didn't see winter break, we didn't see spring break, we didn't see anything. We just saw these kids get out of school. And I'm like, bro, all you guys have done so far is have a sleepover, have a hallucination in a diner.
Have 2 ice cream dates.
That, and then a school dance, and then school's over. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's not true. A race. There's a race. I forgot about the dumb race that ends with a man's car in water.
Movie drive-in.
Yeah.
If the timeline is that messed up, and everything we saw takes place over, at minimum 9 months?
Yeah.
So, how long was the gap between when she found out that she missed her period to the point where
she found she wasn't pregnant?
Right. Because, me
stressed.
watching the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, this probably took a course over the place of a month?
Yeah.
Maybe. But now I'm like, how long did she just go,
thinking she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Maybe she had the placebo effect.
What placebo did she take? To be like, maybe I'm not pregnant anymore.
Well, you don't need to have a placebo. It's all in your head.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You can have placebo effect for anything.
Oh, that's true. Because if
she looked up pregnancy on Google.
Yeah, right. At the first home and computer in the world. Yeah. And her and Kaneki kiss, and it's the biggest, coolest thing. They're like, yeah, we're friends again. I'm like, well, you could have been friends if she was pregnant. Well, I'll rephrase.
No, they're dating again.
Well, no, I'll rephrase. Kaneki wasn't like, I don't want you around because you're pregnant. Kaneki was like, yo.
I'll take responsibility.
Yeah, right? If this is my kid, we need to be together.
Bro say, I don't run from my problem.
Yeah. Rizzo was the one being like, hey, if I'm pregnant, I don't want you around. I'm like, what do you mean, Rizzo? That's what a bad problem to have. Yeah, the father really wants to be here and take care of us.
She's just like,
what a problem.
I didn't say it was from you.
You're right. What a problem to have.
Wow.
Yeah. Danny has become a jock. No, he has not. That man is the stick thin. Yeah, yep. This is the Grease fandom wiki.
Someone did not watch the movie,
right? Danny did not become. I'll say this: he did go on the varsity team, so technically, he is technically, but no, he is not. Danny has become a jock, but is shocked when Sandy appears dressed in leather and is seen smoking.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Wait, you have to say wait. No one was talking.
Sorry.
Wait a minute, guys.
I got distracted and I heard. I'm like, oh, is that me?
No. I'm tapping because I'm upset because what you're gonna say is a point, but the other point is one, not to be mean, she's probably wearing lycra pants, not leather. But two, people have said this a million times, and if you're listening, it's gonna be the same thing. I do not. Okay, Sandy wanted Danny to do something with his life. That's why he started doing sports. And Danny, even against his friend's wishes, because he's a vapid, small-minded man, he finally started doing something that could lead to something in the future for him. Great. Also, side note, how did he become a jock for the last day of school? Like, we didn't see him in one track meet. We didn't see him win. We didn't see him have trophies. The only thing that made...
He tripped, and we never went back to it.
Nope. No. But he became a jock at the last day of school? You're a liar. Danny stole somebody's jacket.
He can't earn a living combing his hair?
Well,
I'm not going to lie to you. That's where his career is.
That is, but they also did fix the car. He could be a good mechanic.
True.
Like there's lots of money in that. It's hard work.
Did he do any fixing? Or did he just
Hey man, he sung enough. He's like a bard. He sung and helped them get the writing done.
Give him that encouragement.
Yeah, right. That's what he did. But
he'd make a good supervisor.
Right. He phenomenal at it. Yeah. He's great at being like, we gotta get this done. Well, I know that, boss man. But like Danny, he became a jock. Like he didn't become a jock. We haven't seen him do anything. He wasn't at any pep rallies. We didn't see him in springtime for the spring track meet. We didn't see him do anything. We saw him trip and go to a diner and try to hide from his friends in the diner they always hang out in. That's all we saw. Danny stole someone's varsity jacket and it's like he's a jock now. That's what happened.
So one of the things that really got my attention this one was that in the part where he comes out and he has his jock and he's telling his friends, oh, I'm gonna be a jock, I'm trying to change something a little bit here. Sandy comes out and again in like her black little leather looking outfit where she looks very, very nice, very different.
Not to be mean nor rude, but only because she's supposed to play a high school student, she looks like a 30-year-old woman. She does not look bad. I can't say that. Yeah. I can't say she looks ugly. I'm not going to say that. That's a lie, too. But she does look like a 30-year-old woman playing a high school student. Because she is. That's what she's doing.
The thing is on that is that if that's the last day of school, it makes me wonder, like, did she wear that all day to school? And, like, just Danny never saw it and they just, he was just like, oh, I don't want her to see me. I don't want to see her. Or did she skip school and then came up looking like that? So that's like my questions there.
Because the other thing is also Danny. We don't see Danny first beginning of school for the last day. For the last day, we see the principal and her assistant.
No other school incidents, by the way.
Yeah.
No other school scenes besides the first day of school and the last day of school.
Yeah, the first day back from summer break, and the last day. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, and the dance scene.
But oh yeah, we saw the pep rally and whatever. But like we didn't see many. But yeah, like legit, like Danny is either the most inattentive man in the world, or Sandy did to skip school and I will say this: if Sandy was a good student throughout high school and then the last day of school she misses, you know what, Sandy, I give that to you. I give that to you, Sandy. That's whatever.
I would do that without the big gestures.
Yeah, right, right, yeah.
Sandy's parents just never be like, "Oh, what's wrong with my daughter?
Also,
she went from this to this."
Like we see people's parents at the diner. Do we see Danny's parents or Sandy's parents? Because we never see the secret, right?
I don't think so. Okay.
No. I didn't think so.
Again,
like,
I don't know
parents
if it's ever
there.
explicitly stated that they moved to the States with.
Yeah, right. It's just like, hey, my parents didn't leave this time. Yeah, it's wild.
Her parents are a figment of her imagination.
Oh yeah, in song, the two admit they love each other and reunite. I'm like, hey, I hate to be that guy. One, they admitted this throughout most of the movie. What do you mean reunite? Like literally, like they were. Oh no, wait.
They start dating again.
No, I was gonna say because this is after the drive-in when Danny was a creep. So they do reunite. My brain's like, aren't they together? I'm like, no. They did separate. And then Sandy's like, Danny won Thunder Road. So now I'm going to change myself for Danny. And I'm like, what?
That was the whole ending. And the whole point was like, hey, it doesn't matter if he changes. You can change for him so he will keep liking you.
As long as you just literally change every single thing about you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, before I get to the thing about the ending, Eugene at the carnival, the T-Birds suck at throwing the pie at the teacher, which the name of the song is Cream the Teacher. Hate that. Hate that name.
What do you mean?
Hate that name. We'll always hate it.
Very creative.
Oh. And then...
Care to further explain?
No, definitely don't. And then the T-Birds, the coolest guys in the school, can't throw a pie at a teacher. And they get so mad and the coach is like, on purpose, is like, hey, you guys suck.
What's that saying? Too cool for school?
Yeah.
So they suck?
Yeah.
You know, that's really just throws completely back on the coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you're telling me I get they might not be on your teams.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me they can't throw one object.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, man. Everyone
20 feet.
Everyone has to do gym. They don't have to do it all 4 years. They got to do gym. And you telling me none of these kids are good enough with hand-eye coordination to throw something?
Except
for Eugene. And Eugene does it, and coach is like, "Oh, you should be pitching for us or whatever." I'm like, "Well, he's graduating, so he shouldn't be going back to school to pitch for you, you clown."
Nah, man, it's the 50s.
Do we technically know if Eugene is a senior?
Well, yeah. Remember, he's at the carnival at the school graduation.
I guess they don't explicitly say that it's.
But also, if he's not a senior, why is he the one non-senior here at the school carnival? We don't see any other seniors or non-seniors.
Not that we know of.
Well, that's true. But Eugene.
We established that most of the stuff in this movie does not make sense.
That's true. But Eugene is probably smarter than them because he's supposed to look like a nerd, so let's assume he's smarter than them. But then he's also more athletically inclined than the T-Birds. So I'm like, oh, so he's smarter and more athletically inclined. It's like he has everything better than you guys, except for he's not in a group. That's all. Eugene's better than you guys at this stuff, but he's just not in a group. So
a matching jacket.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
so he's weird.
Right? That's it.
Yeah.
He's a student and he wears a bow tie and a suit. I'm like, yeah, whatever. He can wear a suit all he wants. He wants to get up and press his suits in the morning. He can do it all he likes.
Absolutely.
So, so Eugene has way more skill than the T-Birds, but once again, he's not a main character, so he sucks. And the ending of this movie is once again, these are Caucasian people. It's just like how it's called National Bandstand, and I made a joke, and I was like, oh, it's just like American Bandstand, there's only one black person on stage. And they get in a Soul Train line, which is not a Soul Train line, because they're not good, but everyone gets in a Soul Train line, and they hand out yearbooks. And I'm just like...
And it's the football man.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's wild to think about, because I'm just like, wait, so we're at a carnival, we're not doing any of the fun carnival stuff. Also, when they're all doing the shared choreography at the end, the people who are the vendors at the stands for the carnival are stark still. They are not moving. They are not smiling. They are not singing. Every single person that's not a student, they are just watching these kids have this brain bug of, you got to sing and dance now because we're ending the movie. But I looked at...
I swear, if we just take a picture of people on bleachers and pose that into the background, nobody will notice.
Yeah.
Nobody will notice.
Because they are stark still, and I'm like, this is what I want from a musical. I understand we need people to join in for it to be bigger. I love the people in the background who are like, yeah, I'm not in this, I don't care. Yeah. This is why are you guys singing? I love that.
I'm outside of the
I'm like, I don't care. So and the film ends with Danny and Sandy departing in Grease Lightning car, which once again is Kanicki's car. It is not Danny's car. Danny's car.
No, because remember during the race he won those pink slips.
Yeah, yes. You're right. Danny won the race and he won Leo's car, but he flies away in Kanicki's car. So we don't see
2 cars now. He's just flexing.
Right. So I don't know.
He won one. He sold one.
Right. So I don't know if once again maybe Kanicki sold Leo's car to fix the Grease Lightning. I don't know. But legit, Danny drives away in Kanicki's car. And I'm like, why does Kanicki give the car to Dan? Like, once again, I understand he won the race, but Kanicki, you worked all summer. Yeah, you worked all summer for this car. This is your car. But Danny drives away in Kanicki's car, which irritates me. And then they wave the car takes flight, and the pair waves goodbye to their friends. The film ends with credits in the style of a yearbook. Now, this is just me personally. Like I said, why does Danny leave in Kanicki's car? Why does no one stop and be like, hey, don't do that? Excuse me. There are like theories and whatever, but like there's somebody who's like, well, the lady who helps them build the car does say if the car got any better, the car would probably just go up and fly. So once again, after winning Leo's car, they fixed it up a bit more, and the car flew. Whatever. the ending of this movie does not irritate me. But I do think, hey, why are you still in your friend's car? And why is Sandy and why are you guys really cool just flying away? Because once again, I'm not to be mean, Danny's not good at things. We've seen him in the movie. He is not effective at things. I do not trust Danny to land this car.
Okay,
not for 5 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mjolnir rules. He's worthy. He won the race, took over, he won the car, or was gifted the car.
He won the girl.
He is now worthy of flying that car, which means nothing bad can happen.
And Kaneki can't be worthy because he
got knocked out by the door.
Yeah, knocked out by the door, and he gave up his virginity. In those fantasy in the fantasy movies, when you give up your virginity, you stop being able to be worthy. So he gave up his virginity, so he can't be worthy anymore.
You can't do that in any movie.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In a horror movie?
Yeah, right.
You are absolutely the first one to go.
Yeah, there are some theories about what the ending means, whatever. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, they're flying off into the sunset because happily ever after. Mm-hmm. But also for me, I'm like, what skills does Danny have to be in a healthy relationship and work? Because he has none. He has zero. Like, once again, he could be a mechanic, but I don't see him pursuing that. If he's a greaser, there's no real grease. It is all aesthetic.
He has Sandy. He has a flying car.
I guarantee you in a year he doesn't have either one of them.
Yeah, yes. And Sandy's like, hey, I'm real smart and I have a future. Danny, you got to do something. Because Danny can't go back to high school and be on track team.
Don't worry.
He's graduated now.
Don't worry, he'll just sing a song and it'll be better.
Well,
absolutely.
Well, I was going to say...
Oh, my God. She's starting to realize that her standards should be much higher.
No. Remember...
Sing about, maybe I could be better.
Because remember that one time when Sandy says he could be a professional singer, maybe Danny tries to do that. Because he sings afterwards, and it's terrible.
People don't know that, though.
Love is blind.
Oh, man. But yes, the budget for this movie was $6 million, which I cannot lie. I saw all $6 million on film. I did not think this movie was more than $10 million. We have 5 scenes. We have inside of a house, inside of a diner, inside of a school hallway, inside of a gym. I really didn't assume if I would have saw the budget for this movie was over $10 million, I would have been like, where'd the money go?
They did not build sets. They did not build sets. They slapped some paint on a car, and they went to Party City to put up decorations for the school play. Yeah, that is it. Yeah. Like
literally all because they make fun of it on the dance scene where the principal's like, oh, we think the committee, the kid committee for decorating the gym, and people are like, oh, they put tissue paper. I'm like, that's all you did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For the $6 million.
That's how much the movie paid for the movie.
Yeah. With all the actors and the crew and the sets.
Maybe a good portion was John Travolta because he was a popular artist during that time.
Yes, because you're going to get into fun facts about it. But yeah, this came out right after Saturday Night Fever. He got done shooting Saturday Night Fever, and maybe a week later he started doing this movie. So John Travolta was hot. So let's say for out of the $6 million, let's say he got paid $500,000 for doing this bit.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, he got some good money. Yeah. But yeah, this movie made $396 million. And once again, Grease is not my favorite musical, but I was saying this when I was watching it, I know for a fact some goofy kid in 78 saw this movie and started being, there are some theater kids who saw this and started acting exactly like Danny Zuko. And there's some people who acted just like the Pink Lady. Yeah, the walk, the dancing, someone started like this. Exactly like this. So I'm like, and it was a phenomenon. Once again, if I could spend $6 million and make nearly $400 million, yeah, that's that's a phenomenon. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then and then some trivia or fun facts about this movie. Rizzo's hickeys, when she was like, oh, I got some hickeys, they were real.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. They the same actor made?
I believe the guy who played Kaneki.
Who made them?
I believe the man who played Kaneki is Jeff Conaway, insisted on playing them himself. So I believe the actor who was Rizzo's boyfriend insisted on applying the hickeys to Rizzo's neck.
2 people?
Yes, the man that played him, the man that played Kaneki was like, I want to put the real hickeys on Rizzo. I don't want her to have fake hickeys.
Salad.
Yeah. I was like,
that's some Is that what?
Yeah.
So I did.
So, and
I
then-
did look it up. John Travolta was not his pay was not disclosed.
Yep.
But they did report that it was relatively low and fixed.
Oh, really?
So
That's
it
wild.
might not have been as much of the budget,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it was a big amount compared to the budget.
Yeah,
And the budget was just really small, but I don't know, it might not have been as big as.
Oh, yeah, might have been small. Maybe he was doing that thing where he's like, I'll take a small portion now, then I get residuals for the rest of my life if it's big enough. Because like once again, there's a stage musical of it now going on. So like John Travolta, if they want to do like, hey, he's still getting some money from it.
I'm still stuck on the hickeys. What part of this did the director be like, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Was it to build the romance, the chemistry?
We'll get that DJ to come back and
Right? Oh, Mr. Fontaine. Oh, the song that Olivia Newton-John sung at the sleepover, Hopelessly Devoted to You, was written and recorded after the movie had wrapped. Like, Olivia's contract for Grease stipulated that she had to have a solo song, but no one had any ideas for her character to have a song.
I'd say they hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Because, like, for me, I was saying, that's one of the, in the middle, that's one of the songs I actually liked and enjoyed.
Yeah.
But, man, I was like, it makes so much more sense that they had to come back and do it. Because I'm just like, yeah, of course. Because, like, these middle songs leave a lot to be desired. I love Summer Lovin'. I love the, hey, we're going to fly into the sky. But I was like, everything else in the middle is very, very forgettable. Except for a lady sitting in a diner being like, hey, why'd they leave her in a diner? And then just having a full-on hallucination being like, you suck, go back to school.
Yeah,
You're
like,
terrible.
They clearly left her alone. Did they lock her in there? Because you're supposed to lock the clothes.
It sounds like, it feels like they locked it, turned the light off, and then she's like turned to the heavens to see a guy be like, you're bad at this, go back.
I mean, God told her she was bad.
Right?
Look, everybody needs to follow their dreams, but like I'm telling you, these are not your dreams.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah. And then another fact, John Travolta started rehearsals just 4 days after completing Saturday Night Fever. And then having two mega hit movies. After completing filming 4 days after he's rehearsing for this movie.
So what was the timeline between when they came out? Because depending on when Saturday Night Fever came out, it would make sense that they wouldn't pay him as much.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't
big yet. Saturday Night Fever came out like late 77. So this came out like around summer 78.
Of course, if his income was fixed, his salary was fixed.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a crazy amount because like, what if this dude comes in and just totally flops?
Yeah, right.
And then we paid like a crazy amount for him to be in our movie. Turns out he sucks and no one likes him.
But yeah, so like late 77, this movie came out and it did well. So then because it did well, promotion for Grease was better.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he probably didn't get paid too much, but hey man, it's not bad. Like you said, 2 mega hits in a row is good for anybody.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah, having 2 mega hit movies in a row made it difficult to return to honor his contract with Welcome Back, Kotter. But he fulfilled his contract, albeit with a reduced presence, and originally left the show to pursue a movie career full time. Now, this is an old show. Do you guys know what Welcome Back, Kotter is?
No.
Great. Welcome Back, Kotter is an old show where a teacher, I think he's from like a wealthy place, but he like teaches inner city school kids. And John Travolta's one of the cool kids at the school who comes to his house and whatever. So like John Travolta's first big break was that show. Like I think that show got syndication because it was on for a good minute. But like John Travolta was doing that stuff first, and like he was with like the T-Birds. It was a bunch of guys who thought they were cool, and they were like street guys doing stuff. And then like he couldn't fulfill the contract for that, so he started doing more movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like it's so frustrating thinking about John Travolta thinking he's a cool guy. Like there's nothing about this is maybe it's just me and my age. But John Travolta is never
media too.
Yeah. But like John Travolta isn't a cool guy, but he acted like he was a cool guy so much of the time. And it's such a wild thing. So now before we go, I'll ask you guys, would you recommend this movie to people? Sorry, the pause says so much. Go ahead.
It is such a loaded question because as a musical, I would recommend the soundtrack.
Okay.
I think that it's a piece of legacy media that anybody interested should see and can get something out of it. However, I am sure not going to watch it again.
Before Mary tells her part, this is for me. Like, Zach has a right to his opinion. As an addendum, if you listen to the first song and the last song, first song, last two songs, and then devoted to you in the middle.
I didn't say the whole soundtrack.
I understand, but for me, I'm like, you listen to those, you got the song, you got the movie.
Cherry pick.
Yeah, you got the movie. If you listen to the first song, the last two songs, I think the last song is like a reprise and like a lot of scatting, being like, oh, we want to get everyone in the shot and everyone in the stuff, and then like hopelessly devoted, which they went back and made in the middle. Listen to those. Great. That's some great music. All the other songs, kind of forgettable. Don't need them.
You know, this was like my first time really ever fully watching the movie. As I mentioned to Samuel, when I was younger, I saw like snippets of it. During that time, I was like, man, this movie's great. You know, small snippets. Now, as an adult, when I watch the movie fully through, I have to rethink some stuff because I think I agree. I believe I agree with Zach. I think soundtrack, you just stick to that. Unless you're into really dramatic and like into the whole he likes me, she might like me, he doesn't like me, playing hard to get thing, by all means watch it. I don't think I would again though.
I don't even think it was playing hard to get. I mean, because she was very open about what she wanted.
She was, very much so.
And
very much so.
He knew what he wanted.
Just wasn't doing
Just
it.
couldn't let himself do it.
Yeah.
For some reason.
For me, I will say, if you want, this is a thing that I do sometimes with certain older media, like with Cars, Barlov, Dracula, and whatever. If you want to know what lots of new media is parodying, or where these ideas came from, it's like, I haven't watched Akira in a long time, but a part of me doesn't want to watch Akira because there's some things that have been so mimicked and used from Akira that, like, I already know the elements of it that I don't need to watch it again. If you want to know the elements of Grease that people have been using or that you see typically, yeah, watch Grease. Yeah, watch it. I will tell you, it's 2 hours. So if you don't want to watch all of it, I understand. I understand not watching all of it, but I'm like, yeah, watch the movie, especially if you want to know how its cultural relevance feels. Because, like I said, the first song of Grease is parodied in so many forms of media that you've seen in TV shows and movies and stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's wild. I didn't even know about it. But yeah, so I was like, watch it for, like, if you want to know how it's touched other media and how people have made stuff. It's like watching Hamilton to see how current people who do musicals make musicals. It's like Grease was really big back in the day when being a theater kid wasn't the coolest thing. And Grease and other musicals of its time really changed how people did musical theater at a time. So I'll say watch it for that kind of stuff. So now that's the end of our podcast. You all have a good day. I would say listen and subscribe to our YouTube and on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and give us 5 stars and leave a good review because everything helps. Yeah, have a good night and see you later.